The brain is responsible for everything we think, feel, do and remember, but there's still so much we don't know about it. Now let's dive into 10 amazing facts about the human brain that will blow your mind. Starting off with number 10, the brain is the only object that can contemplate itself. The human brain is the only object of any kind that can contemplate itself. That means that when you think about your own thoughts, feelings, memories or dreams, you are using your brain to study your brain. This is called metacognition or thinking about thinking, and it's a unique ability that humans have. Metacognition allows us to reflect on our own mental processes, learn from our mistakes, plan for the future and understand ourselves better. 9. The brain runs on electricity. The brain is made up of about 100 billion neurons, which are specialized cells that communicate with each other through electrical signals. These signals travel along the branches of the neurons, called dendrites and axons, and form connections with other neurons at junctions called synapses. Every time you recall a memory or have a new thought, you create a new connection in the brain. The brain uses these electrical signals to process information, control movements, regulate emotions and more. The brain produces enough power to light a 25-watt bulb, which is pretty impressive for a 3-pound organ. 8. The brain is mostly water and fat. The brain may look like a solid mass of gray matter, but it's actually mostly water and fat. About 75% of the brain is made up of water, which means that dehydration can have a negative effect on the brain functions. Water helps to maintain the balance of chemicals and nutrients in the brain, as well as to remove waste products and toxins. The brain is also one of the fattest organs in the human body, comprising 60% of fat. Fat is essential for the insulation and protection of the nerve fibers, as well as for the formation of cell membranes and hormones. 7. The brain can't feel pain. You may have experienced headaches or migraines, but did you know that the brain itself can't feel pain? That's because there are no pain receptors in the brain. Pain receptors are specialized nerve endings that detect harmful stimuli and send signals to the brain. The brain then interprets these signals and produces the sensation of pain. However, the brain doesn't have these receptors in itself, so it can't sense any damage or injury to its own tissue. Headaches and migraines are caused by a chemical reaction in your brain combined with the muscles and nerves of your neck and head. Now is a good time to leave a like, subscribe and drop your thoughts in the comments. Next at number 6, the brain has a second brain in the gut. The gut may not seem like a very smart organ, but it actually has its own nervous system that operates independently from the brain. This nervous system is called the enteric nervous system or ENS, and it consists of about 500 million neurons that line the stomach and intestines. The ENS controls digestion, absorption, secretion and motility of food in the gut, as well as communicates with the immune system and the endocrine system. The ENS is sometimes called the second brain because it can function without input from the central nervous system, CNS, which includes your brain and spinal cord. However, there is also a bidirectional communication between the ENS and the CNS, which means that your gut can influence your mood, memory, appetite and more. 5. The brain shrinks with age. As we get older, our brains start to lose some of their volume and weight. This is called brain atrophy or shrinkage, and it usually happens sometime after middle age. Brain shrinkage affects different regions of the brain differently, but it generally leads to a decline in some cognitive functions such as memory, attention and processing speed. However, not all aspects of aging are negative for the brain. Some studies have shown that older adults have better emotional regulation, wisdom and creativity than younger adults. 4. The brain has more connections than stars in the galaxy. The human brain is often compared to a computer because of its ability to store and process information. However, the brain is much more efficient than any computer in every way. One way to measure this efficiency is by looking at the number of connections or synapses between neurons in the brain. Each neuron can form up to 10,000 synapses with other neurons, which means that the total number of connections in the brain is estimated to be around 100 trillion. That's more than the number of stars in the Milky Way galaxy, which is about 100 billion. These connections are constantly changing and adapting to new experiences, making the brain a highly dynamic and flexible organ. 3. The brain can create new neurons throughout life. It was once believed that the human brain stopped producing new neurons after childhood, and that we gradually lost them as we aged. However, recent research has shown that this is not true. The brain can create new neurons throughout life, a process called neurogenesis. Neurogenesis occurs mainly in two regions of the brain, the hippocampus, which is involved in learning and memory, and the olfactory bulb, which is involved in smell. Neurogenesis is influenced by various factors, such as exercise, diet, stress, Sleep and social interaction. Creating new neurons can help improve cognitive functions, mood and resilience. 2. The brain can rewire itself after injury or disease. Another remarkable ability of the brain is neuroplasticity, or the capacity to reorganize itself after injury or disease. Neuroplasticity allows the brain to form new connections between neurons, or to strengthen existing ones, in order to compensate for lost or damaged functions. For example, if a person suffers a stroke that damages a part of the brain responsible for speech, another part of the brain may take over that function and allow the person to recover some of their language abilities. Neuroplasticity can also occur in response to learning new skills, such as playing a musical instrument or learning a foreign language. Finally, at number 1, the brain is still a mystery. Despite all the advances in neuroscience and technology, there is still so much we don't know about the human brain. We don't fully understand how the brain generates consciousness, creativity, intuition, or emotions. We don't know how the brain stores and retrieves memories, or how it makes decisions. We don't know what causes some of the most common and devastating brain diseases, such as Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and multiple sclerosis. We don't know how to enhance or optimize our brain functions, or how to prevent or reverse their decline. The human brain is still a mystery, and that's what makes it so amazing. Thank you for watching this video on 10 amazing facts about the human brain. I hope you learned something new and interesting today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more awesome content. And don't forget to share your thoughts and questions in the comments section below. See you next time.